Check it out, it's a finished product. Put some flames on it. Here's the Boker titanium pry bar. I've implemented this into my EDC. It goes everywhere with me. I use it mostly at work, and I use it every day throughout the day. As you can see, the red paint stuck on there. It's because I use it to scrape masking tape off of parts that get painted. And if I didn't have this pry bar, I'd have to use my fingernails. So better this get dirty than getting paint under my fingernails. But since the parts are made out of stainless steel, you can see the edge is rounding. If you look at the edge right here, because when I scrape like that, so it's rounding the corner there. It used to be a nice 45-degree edge corner like that right there, but it's rounding, and that's after just a week of use. So what I want to do is put some sandpaper on glass and get that corner sharp like it used to be. Then I'll go ahead and carbidize it, and then I will probably sharpen this V-cut right here, sharpen that out, and then I will carbidize this side to make it self-sharpening, because you can use that cutout to cut small plastic straps and small rope and zip ties and stuff like that. Alright, got it cleaned up. Here's what it looks like before. Alright, I got done with the reprofiling of this. So what I did was put some sandpaper on a piece of glass, and I sanded down this flat spot right here, and I started with 200 grit and went all the way up to 2000 grit, and I did the same for this corner right here. I'm going to use this as a scraper, so I need to make this a perfectly flat edge with a 45-degree per side angle, so a 90-degree inclusive edge. And I held it straight up, sanded that way, and I sanded that flat, I sanded that flat, and I sharpened the V-notch there. I put some sandpaper on the corner, sharpened it that way, then I turned it over and stropped it going that way, and also stropped inside the notch a little bit. So this is the factory edge. It's not very good for scraping, so you put a perfectly flat square edge on it, and you can now scrape. So you can probably scrape a whole lottery ticket off in one pass. And then I'm going to carbidize the top part here. I can use that to cut tape and other things. And then I will carbidize this side here so I can scrape continually forever, maybe. And I didn't do this side because I'm only going to be using one side to scrape with. Then I'll carbidize the tip here, I made the tip edges nice and sharp. What I'm doing here is carbidizing this top part first. I don't know if you can hear me, but you need to use the lightest amount of pressure possible to get the best result. And you can't hold it in one place too long, because it only deposits a certain amount of tungsten. It does not double layer on top of each other. It only puts down one layer, and it will not put another layer on top of itself. Here's the finished product. Decided to go with a flame pattern. See, with the carbidizer you can pretty much paint like if it were a paintbrush. You could do your own designs, whatever you like. Pretty cool. Check it out, it's a finished product. Put some flames on it. Did this whole side right here. This is going to be my scraping side, flat scraping side. Has a nice 90-degree bevel, so that corner is a real sharp corner. Sharp enough to scrape your fingernail off. And at the tip here, got the carbidized tip completely with some nice sharp corners. This side untouched. You notice on the V-notch I only carbidized the flat spot on the other side. Did not carbidize inside there, so that inner titanium will wear as I'm cutting things. And then that top layer right there will be the cutting edge. It will always be sharp. So this is a nice $25 tool. I would highly recommend you put one on your keychain, take it everywhere with you in case you need to pry something or cut something. Check this out. You guys know what this is, right? It's sort of like this. It goes around pallets. See, like fiberglass, plastic straps that are on pallets and stuff like that you strap down heavy stuff. It's pretty much unbreakable as far as the lateral or strength goes that way. It's very strong. And see this, see if this is sharp enough to cut this plastic. Because when I first tried to cut these at work, it worked for the first couple times. Then the titanium quickly got dull. But now it is sharp enough to cut it, and it should stay sharp. Should never have to worry about it dulling again. So it's cutting this no problem. Oops. See, cuts it pretty good. I'm sure you can cut a paracord with this. It's kind of hard to do this in front of the camera, but and if you are going to be carbidizing yourself, after you carbidize, the surface will be really rough and jagged. And what I do to get rid of that, I just take my wallet strop and I just strop on the flat surfaces, and that will get rid of the burrs, make it smoother. You'll definitely want to do this on your lock face first, and that will get rid of the initial gritty sound and feeling that is there, because there's a bunch of peaks that need to be taken off and smoothed out, and you don't need that on there on your lock face. Whenever you're opening your knife, you're going to be gouging your blade tang, which is really unnecessary wear. The tungsten carbide does a good enough job of wearing into the steel because of its high hardness of 70 plus HRC. See how well it scrapes this off? You can see it scrapes off this finish, no problem. I don't want to make a mess. See, what else can we do? We have an engraver now. Do some engraving in some steel. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you need some lock faces carbidized, I also do that. Or if you need some of your edges sharpened on the wicked edge, need a hair whittling edge or a mirror polished, I can cover that also. So, send me a message or something and I'll get that taken care of for you. I'll see you guys later.